So hello and welcome to the latest edition of MANCUNIatv from the Habitat Studios in Manchester, Manchester's original rock and roll TV. Big thank you to MC Tunes for warming us all up in the bar, and a big thank you to our studio audience for joining us tonight for another edition of Manchester's real rock and roll telly. And as always, we have got a mega show lined up for you tonight. On the way, the amazing Inego are going to be playing live for us as well. Avid Fan are going to be doing a few tunes, and we're going to be talking to them about the formation of the band, because you will recognise a couple of their members. And we are going to be talking as well to Iain Key, much respected journalist and man about town, who's brought a brand new book out about the Clash. We're going to be hearing all about that book and finding out why he's doing it as well. As well as that, our spoken word expert in the corner, the nicest man in the whole room, Keith's brother, is going to be here as well. He's going to be welcoming you to Mark Quinn. But first of all, to start us off this latest edition of MANCUNIatv, please do follow it, share it on social media, tell everyone about it. A man who's been knocking about on the circuit for years and years and years. He's done loads of work with the likes of Entrance and Capella. He's got loads of brand new solo stuff on the way out as well. Will you please welcome to MANCUNIatv, our latest edition, Jay Kurdy!
Nice one, Dave. Nice one, nice one. Right then, Manchester, we ready to have a bit of a bop? Should we have a little bit of a bop? Let's do it. Through the darkness, regardless of friend or foe, meeting backstabbing, bitch slapping pricks and psychos. I climb high, they go low on my soul. When I catch them, I'm blowing them up like Rambo. Sold my soul for a brick of that, and now you want it back. People got a problem with that, but I'm intact, disposing the back chat like having your back sack and crap waxed up slick like that. Gotta realise a lie, smile through gritty teeth. Indiana Jones knows what lies beneath, and them yeast it, the beast in me needs to feed. Like vultures, his scavengers are feeding on me. I'm boxed like dead meat, not safe for PG. For the sake of the key, man, laughing at me like a parasol protecting a parasite that bites the whites of my eyes. In the night I lie paralyzed. These guys try to prey into my lies, they don't realise truth ain't there, is crystallised. Prize for the prize with their gleaming eyes. Them hypnotised, don't recognise their own demise. That's when I rise, hop down like bitch lines like two sides, flipping the coin like two time. Forget about my flow, forget about my dough, I'm after my soul. So here we go, watch me go. That's the way I roll, yo. Regardless of friend or foe, meeting backstabbing, bitch slapping bricks and psychos. I climb high, they go low in my soul. When I catch them, I'm blowing them up like Rambo. Through the darkness, regardless of friend or foe, meeting backstabbing, bitch slapping bricks and psychos. I climb high, they go low in my soul. When I catch them, I'm blowing them up like I'm sick of seeing demons with stars in their eyes. They don't realise I seen the prize. It's nice, might just decide the new life's worth a try. If I say bye, you won't see me cry. I know I'll be whipped, scratched and shackled. Can I take the pain or be back in the battle? Gotta tackle these issues, gotta rattle some cages. Might be rapacious, no way to contain this. That's just a shame, cause I'm done being sane. And I ain't saying what I'm saying, cause I'm playing a game. This ain't a game, this is my life and I'm fighting to do what's right in the dark and the night. And you might see me crack, explode like lightning, then bring the pain as if I were a titan. But only once that'll be that, and that there's a turn it back when the black. I won't rest till I got the missing piece of my chest back, ignoring requests from them phony pretenders, fake ass jesters, singing for the breakfast. All I wanna do is ring the bells on their head first. Through the darkness, regardless of friend or foe, meeting backstabbing, bitch slapping bricks and psychos. I climb high, they go low in my soul. When I catch them, I'm blowing them up like Rambo. Through the darkness, regardless of friend or foe, meeting backstabbing, bitch slapping bricks and psychos. I climb high, they go low in my soul. When I catch them, I'm blowing them up like. Thank you, thank you. Right, I'm not being a diva, but I'm gonna have to put these shades on because them lights are well bright. Seriously. No, it's fine. Leave them up there. Leave them up there. It's cool. I can't see. Can't see. No, I'm joking. Right, this next track is called You Gave Me Music. It's coming out on the 4th of April. And it's a bit of an ode to musical artists that have influenced my life and the sound that I generate. See if you can count how many artists I name in this track, because that beats the challenge. Let's do it. Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross and W.A. KRS-One, the Wu-Tang Clan, Aretha Franklin, the Temptations, Michael Jackson, Shaka Khan, Stevie Wonder, Frank Zappa, Whitney, and of course James Brown. Get up, get up, get down. In the musical you put boogie down to productions. Got up to get down, start a little something. Hard to handle, off the wall, and live with an attitude, thanks to God. All night long, causing the scene. Me and my girl in a bag full of green. Said it made it feel real natural. The way I took all the back, so sexual. Still loving with this sweet young thing. Two can have a party if you know what I mean. I was a love machine, if the truth be known. In the dark of the night, you could hear the moan. Sound went down, voices slowed. Signed, sealed, delivered its on. Against all odds, you was all I needed. Sweet, sweet touch and sexual healing. Like an overnight sensation that soon changed like the tide of an ocean. Heard through the grapevine, it came to pass. I prayed to the stars, they were having a laugh. I feel for you, Jay, that's what they'd say. Like a waterfall, love soon washed away. Look what I say, I love you at the end of the day. But like the tears of a clown, you soon washed away. Bob Marley, Tupac, Timberland, Al Green, Man, Boys to Men, Ice-T, Ice Cube, the Rolling Stones, Cool Keeper, Landon, Soul to Soul, the Vortox, Buster, Alicia Keys, Sugar Hill Gang, Ultramagnetic MCs, Biggie, Jimmy, Percy Sledge, Public Enemy, and Gas Effects. I became notorious. Kissing all the girls at the back of the bus like a predator ready to slip slide on the regular, taking a different seat and making sure the girls were ready cause it was high time for some action. Said there was a fly-by-night cause I stone cold and acted. That's just the way that I am. On the hunt for satisfaction, near or far, you can't always get what you want. Had to put my back and put a cap on my front. Got called names, shameful son. I blamed it on my first girl, yeah, the number one. Took a little time, sat alone in the sun. Asked myself, look what I've done. I used to be cool like Keith, but I turned to drugs. Purple Haze was my rave, it gave me the buzz. I listened to the radio, bust the bus. Then I passed a capacity, I messed myself up. Tried to make it happen, change but no. I'm in a room full of doom, feeling sick to my gut. For me, it felt like the end of the road. Had to get back to life, let my feelings know. Had to fight the power, make the changes. Me against the world, popular through the ages. Picked up the mic, check, microphone checker. Rap brought it like people jamming out the chair. Rapping over keys, never falling, stalling. Acting like a big shot, create a sound of God. Quick off the draw, put a nation on the back. Hit 'em up with alphabet aerobics, sound that. So black and delicious, you know the cue. No money, no problem, so I was cool. And DMC, Big Daddy Kane, Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, Farside, Beastie, Cypress Hill, Funk Dubious, The Roots, Rakim and Big Will, Slick Rick, Nas, Erykah Badu, Lisa Left Eye, this one's for you, Mary J. Blige, YBT, Derek B, and then it's back to me. I hit the streets like a bullet from a gun, singing out the audience, it's goes off my tongue, life full of fun, number one champion, people try to hit me down for the 411, but it creep like a thief, no time to sleep. I was a bad young brother on the move, I had a dream show, no PP, how to walk this way, warm it up, sipping juice back in Timberlake. No more drama for me, sitting under apple trees, one blood in the seeds for the death of your daddy. Summer memory, it's like I could see in the single Atlantic, and it don't really matter to me. A family affair, your mama is true. It ain't hard to tell now, but love for you. Can't forget my dad, I've been lucky it's true. We could have left the ghetto bastard, so this is for you. I know you split, but the fact remains. He gave me music till my dying day. I'm insane in the brain for the beat, they say. Tap the bottle, choose a cap, and I'm away. With a walk, babaloo, bop, walk, bam, boom. Who am I? I'm not Big Will, real cool. You can call me J-Mac, the demon of doom. But here I come, so get ready. Thank you very much. Who counted how many artists there was in that? Go on, how many? Good effort. Close, but not right. How many? Nearly. I'm not telling you. You'll have to buy the single and then figure it out and let me know. Right, can we welcome the one and only MC Tunes to the stage, please? So this is the latest collabo with the main man. That's your blue, yeah. Double tap at the bottom as well. Hold that button down there. Hold that one. There you go. Oh, yeah. Should be there. There you go. There we go. Good to go.
1, 2, check.
Yes. Right, this track's called Gate Crusher. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm a beast who moves flows with rank and tight flow. Control the microphone, the crowds were high tone. My claws in your bone, my voice in your home. Clones alone, still unknown. Like a bunch of drones, same vocal tone. Paper like kidney stone, it ain't in your chromosomes. So don't prolong the inevitable. You're in a shallow grave waiting for the devil. I'm a cure the disease of MC sleaze, the one you need. Call me Jeebus, peace. I lead you away from the feces. Bring your pieces of pure genius, and you can dine on a lyrical feast. As I rise at Easter, recite like an ebony priest. I lead you all into the peace. Please get up off your knees. I'm just an MC.
All in gate, crash the party. Through the front door, don't trash the party. In control and smash the party. We're the first in, last out the party. Coming with another one, again I'm running it. Quick slick, full of lyric, grammar cut the staggering. Stomp by the talent, the balance of free running. Thinking the back is slamming, god damn it, I keep coming. I never stammer, I've got the stamina. Fly when I travel, cause I'm a time traveller. Words are turned for projectiles. See me glitter, reflect the sunshine. From the fourth to the fifth dimension. Keep force because in your eye protection. In the sky, it's a bird or a plane. No, it's your boy with the shades of the shade. Crash land like an alien. In your safe space, I'm invading them. Council house or stadium. Make me cow shape when I'm tasing them. All in gate, crash the party. Through the front door, don't trash the party. In control and smash the party. We're the first in, last out the party. I might be sicker than the leper Jesus healed, but I show skills. You're in the dust, catch a spark from my heels. Who said that ain't real? I'm coming hard as steel while you're rusty and who do you think you are? Walking around here like some superstar. You know your secret, know you're sick. Strike it lucky, I might just sit. Oh boy, you ain't playing my kind of music. Don't come around there acting all stupid, I might just lose it. We ain't fooling, we'll true it. Me and Tune's back to the future. All in gate, crash the party. Through the front door, don't trash the party. In control and smash the party. We're the first in, last out the party.
All in gate, crash the party.
Through the front door, don't trash the party. In control and smash the party. We're the first in, last out the party. Locked into everything you heard. Spellbound by my every word. Intervene is an intervention. Deep cleansing with every sentence. The white ghost with the smoke machine. On the main stage with the laser beam. Get you at it if you're ready or not. Go in atomic when I lights them up. Pull it apart, then I reconstruct. Blink your misters, watch me cook. Inspecting, watch me sketch it. Inside your mind, book live the message. Create trees, paint themes, the landscape. Transform, translate, and reshape into a vision. I make you visualize behind the microphone to make the magic come alive. All in gate, crash the party. Through the front door, don't trash the party. In control and smash the party. We're the first in, last out the party.
Yeah, Sneaky. Nice one, brother.
Jay Kurdy with
you very
MC
much, bro.
Tunes and DJ Absolute as well. Yes. What a performance, and he is with us now. Let's hear it, Jay Kurdy. What an absolute top set that was. Do you know what, as well, before we talk about you, what a super group as well, MC Tunes and DJ Absolute. How do you end up working with them lads?
So I've actually known Absolute forever. We were on the rave scene together many, many moons ago. And as for Nicky, I met him about an hour and a half ago.
Do you know what? Absolute were a guest not long ago, and Tunes has been part of MANCUNIaTv forever, so really good to see him performing live as well. But let's talk about you, that second song in what you did. You mentioned so many of your heroes and artists and inspirations as well. Let's go back to the beginning. What are your first memories as a kid of music?
So without wanting to bring the mood down too much, but it started, so I come from a broken home and grew up in an area where I was basically, my family was the only black family anywhere nearby, and I didn't really understand who I was, the situation that I was in. I was only like 8 years old, and it literally started with me writing post-it notes to myself about not wanting to be here. I'll keep it brief, but then post-it notes turned into little rhymes about not wanting to be here. The rhymes turned into poems, and the poems turned into music. So that is literally where it started.
From doing that in your bedroom, though, writing them notes, all hip-hop vibes and beats that go with it as well, when did you think, hang on a minute, this is actually pretty good, I want to go and perform this live and put it down?
I reckon about a minute and a half ago when you said you like that tune, to be honest. But no, I reckon I started taking it seriously when I was about 14, because there was the option of a school trip, which I could have gone on, or some turntables, and I chose the turntables, and it was kind of set from that point forward.
Do you know what a great, choice you made as well, because obviously you were well into the hip-hop and all that, but then you ended up on the dance and the rave scene. I mean, you were part of Entrance, part of Capella for a long time. Tell us how you made that transition from the hip-hop vibe to the dance and rave.
So, again, growing up where we grew up, and in Manchester, really, hip-hop wasn't massive at that time. And the only opportunity to get a microphone and make noise on a microphone was in the rave scene. So I naturally drifted towards happy hardcore, like you do, and spent many years at Bowlers, Kinetic, Hysteria. Went from the happy hardcore into a bit of drum and bass. From the drum and bass, moved out of that, and then fell into hip-hop, and have been doing that ever since, along with the music.
Before we talk about hip-hop and the music that you're doing now, which is all dead exciting, you have been a member of Entrance for, a good few years now. How did you end up becoming involved with them?
Where is he? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. I was going to say this, chap here.
Absolutely.
So I've worked with Absolute for a long time, and he knew that they needed a rapper after the sad passing of Ricardo, and it was a certain demographic that they needed, which obviously I fitted. Sent a demo over to Kev, and it's funny because, as happens in music, people say, oh, I know a guy, and it never really comes off. And I'd sent a demo through, didn't hear anything for about 2 months. And in typical Kev fashion, I got a phone call at 2:30 in the morning when I was away camping with the family. And I'm thinking, who the hell is phoning me at this time? Obviously, that's not what I said. I said something a bit worse. And I've answered the phone, and Kev just started talking to me like, I've known the guy for 5 years, and who the fuck knows this?
You've done some amazing things with Entrance. This year, 2025, it's 30 years since Set You Free came out, one of the all-time great anthems. Is anything being done this year to celebrate that? Anything you could tell us about?
I don't know if I can tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Yes.
So last year we toured, and we ended up in Australia. Did 4 shows and an after party out in Australia, and that was kind of leading up to this year. This year we have been in the studio. Edit that bit. I'm not supposed to tell anybody. But I know for a fact that there's 2 new tracks coming fairly soon.
Yes, how exciting.
Not that I've told you that though. Yeah,
no,
just take that out. That's just for everyone in the room, yeah.
You know what? That is dead exciting that's going on with Entrance as well. But you, Jay Kurdy, last year you brought a single out, a great single, Wishes, Dreams and Reality. What's the plans for you going forward? Can we expect more solo music from you?
Yep, certainly can. I am on a bit of a mission this year, and I am targeting myself to release a new track every month, which I'm on course for at the minute. And then I've got an album coming in July. Granted, some of it is a back catalogue, but none of it's ever been heard, so I've decided to put my finger out and get it out there.
If people are hearing you on MANCUNIAtv for the first time and they think, yeah, that's great, we want to know more about these tracks, when they're going to come out, we want to know more about Jay, where's the best place to find you?
So anywhere, if you type into the internet Jay Kurdy HQ, which is JayKurdy HQ, it's like headquarters, it'll bring up the website, Spotify, Apple, Instagram, Facebook, and every other social media site that I'm on.
Music-wise, it sounds like a really, really busy year for Jay Kurdy with both the band Entrance and yourself as well. What's the chance of live shows this year? Are you doing much live with the band and yourself? Yeah,
so with Entrance, literally starting this Saturday, I think I've got something on pretty much every weekend through till June. I've got already in the bag, I'm doing Darwin Festival as Jay Kurdy, and there's 2, potentially 3 more, which I actually can't say, but they're bigger festivals, which obviously if I can get on them, I'll be buzzing.
So if people follow you on the socials, they'll find out more, yeah?
Yep, they will.
Jay, it's been an absolute pleasure having me on MANCUNIAtv. The track sounded amazing. It's been great to see you again. Good luck with the future, and hopefully we'll see you again soon, yeah?
Appreciate it. Thank
Jay
you.
Kurdy. Nice one, man. Watching MANCUNIAtv, Manchester's original rock and roll television channel, now in our 6th year. And if you're a fan of music or Manchester music, our next guest will be no stranger to you. An absolute man about town who's got a really good reputation as a great journalist for loads of publications, mainly Louder Than War. And he's decided to bring, for the first time, a brand new book out. Will you please make some noise for Iain Key?
You all right, mate?
How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. It's been a while.
It has been a while, but we've got you here now. Obviously, we know about your work with Louder Than War and the stuff you've done about that. Massive fan of new music and music that's been around for a while. And before we talk about this book you brought out, why now have you decided to write a book?
The honest answer is I was asked.
Right, simple as that.
Yeah, there's a publisher based in Chorlton called Spenwood Books who specialises in people's history of different artists. He's written loads, or they've published loads about like the Beatles, the Stones, Deep Purple, you know, everybody that they've ever read. And I've written some stuff for the books that he's done on like Shaun Ryder and people like that. And he approached me last year with a view to actually editing a book on Billy Bragg. And then whilst that was been in contract talks and stuff like that, he says, well, do you want to finish this one I've started on The Clash? So he gave me about 200 pieces of, 200 Word documents and said, right, if you get another 100, and then edit it.
So this is the book that is about to come out. We'll talk about when it comes out in a minute.
Yeah.
All the Young Punks, People's History of the Clash. You've done this book. Were you a fan of the Clash originally? How big a fan were you of the band?
Yeah, I mean, they were one of the first bands I really got into because I grew up in a house where music was like, my dad used to play Jim Reeves and my mum used to listen to radio too. And one of my sisters, Kathy, she had the tape of London Calling and a couple of Jam albums. So when she wasn't there, I used to go and get them and play them. So they're one of the first bands that I really got into as like a young teen.
How much did you know about the Clash and how much have you learned since putting this book together?
I thought I knew quite a lot, but because it's people's histories, you learn a lot more through their eyes.
It is people's histories. How did you find the people to ask about the Clash?
Some of them are from Facebook. Some have contributed to Richard's other books, but then I reached out to people that I knew, kind of like Ian Moss in Manchester, Gary Huff, who's like a photographer around there as well. People like Martin Ryan, who's written books as well. So people I knew that had seen The Clash, started off with them, and then I reached out to some of the bands that I've reviewed for Louder Than War or I've interviewed, and they contributed quite willingly as well. So it's a mix of, you know, general fans that were there first time round. It's musicians who either supported The Clash or have been inspired by The Clash.
So doing a book compared to doing articles for Louder Than War,
Yeah.
has it been like a labour of love or has it been proper hard work?
A bit of both, to be honest with you. Because one of the things I love about Louder Than War is it's not my full-time job. So when I'm doing it, it is a labour of love. When you sat down and you've got 200 Word documents to edit, it stops being a labour of love and it does become a job. But the way I've looked at it is like, this is a book I'd want to read. So with that mindset, it changes it back again.
The fact that you're involved with this book, you've got Billy Bragg who's done the foreword as well. I think most people will know that it is going to be a brilliant book. But what makes this book different to any other Clash books that have come out before?
Because it's the people that have written it. It's the people that were there. It's their memories, it's their pictures of, you know, them as like 12-year-olds when they were like jibbing into sound checks and things like that.
It is a great book, and just looking inside it as well, it is so well put together and it's quite easy to read as well. And it's like
it's a toilet
coffee
book.
Yeah, toilet. I was going to say coffee table book, but yeah, it's a toffee book. But
I think coffee table books are a little bit bigger.
Right.
I think toilet books.
Unless you've got a small coffee table.
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
How many cups of coffee you've got on a small table? How many people? You won't be able to have many people.
I think we're going off subject here, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry.
But the book, All the Young Punks, A People's History of the Clash, wrote by Iain Key. When does it come out, this book, and where can people get it from?
It's available from the publisher now directly, or it's available online and in good bookshops from the 11th of April.
So the publisher and where online?
It's advertised everywhere. It's all bookshops and bad websites.
And I dare say the best thing to do is follow Iain Key's Louder Than War on
Facebook. Or just search me on Twitter, I'm there.
Absolutely. Well, good luck with it. It is a brilliant book. I was looking through it before. All the Young Punks, A People's History of the Clash. Find it online and get it. And, of course, support real music fans as well. What about you? Now you've done this book, have you sort of got a bit of a bug? Are you going to be doing any more?
Well, we're working on the Billy Bragg one at the moment. So that's just about... Well, it's in design at the moment. I'm just finished. I've got a bit of work to do on that over the weekend. That's coming out in October.
And hopefully you'll come on Mancunia and tell us all about that
Quite
as well.
happily, yeah. And then we've pitched to a manager of a band from the 80s who were a 7-piece, but they were now a 6-piece. We're waiting to hear back from them, and I'm currently just starting to put the feelers about another book, which is going to be it won't be promoted by the artist.
So now you're dabbling in books. Are there any artists who you think, do you know what, my aim is to write a book about them?
Billy Bragg was the one that I would have always picked, but there's so many artists out there that you can pick, you know, and especially, you know, over the last 20 years, there's a lot of bands like Suede and Pulp whose fans are quite articulate, which would be brilliant to cut.
Well, of course, we do wish you all the best with this book, and of course with the radio show and Louder Than War as well. Just remind everyone where people can find you and where they can hear you and read you as well.
So on Facebook, I've got a group which is Ian Key's Indie Brunch. On the Louder Than War site, on X, Twitter, as Ian Key. On Instagram, everywhere, just search my name.
Iain, it's always great to see you. It's so good you've done this book. Thank you for joining us on MANCUNIAtv. All the Young Punks, People's History of the Clash, you can find it now online. Do buy it, do support it. We're having a good look before it. It's a brilliant, brilliant book. And Iain, thank you for joining us, man.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Ian Key. Always great to see Ian Key, and so good to have him on the show. He does loads of great stuff for new music as well. So good luck to Ian with the book. We've got more live music coming up in a bit from the amazing Inego. So good to have them on this edition of MANCUNIAtv. But now a band who are pretty new on the Northwest music scene, but there'll definitely be a couple of faces in the band that you recognise. Will you make some noise for Avid Fan? Steve, you've been knocking about a little bit in a few bands over the years.
Just a while.
Tell us why you've put this project together, Avid Fan. Where's this come from?
It really came from an idea. I think Dawn decided she wanted to play bass guitar, and Bo decided he wanted to play drums. And I came up with the idea of saying, "Listen, I'll just play guitar for you guys, so you can do that, because it's difficult to play bass guitar on your own, and it's difficult to play drums on your own." So therefore, that's how it came about, really.
Dawn, you've been a real familiar face on the music scene for years and years and years and years. Why now have you decided to think, I'm going to get a bass guitar and join a band?
I don't know, just out of a conversation one evening where I said, why have I never learnt an instrument when I love music so much? And I've been DJing for years. And so I went and had some lessons, and here we are.
And here you are now, and it proper suits you as well. When I walked in before, I was like, that looks really good. So you've done this as well. You three have formed this band, Avid Fan. What about your influences? Are you all kind of like coming from the same music to put this project together, or is it all different?
I would say we've all got different tastes, and some of us don't like what the others like, and we've not really thought about that much. We just got in there and just started playing some music, and this is the result. Tell
us about the name Avid Fan. There were a few people talking before about where that comes from.
Dawn about that.
Dawn, tell us about the name Avid Fan.
Oh my gosh, we threw so many names about, and then we were watching the film Manhunter one evening. The old proper, like the pre-Silence of the Lambs film. And Avid Fan, basically, when the one weirdo's right into the other, he calls himself Your Avid Fan, and I was like, that should be our name.
And here it is. What's the plan, Steve? You planning on doing many gigs out and about around Manchester with this band?
We have got a few gigs. We've been very, very, very fortunate to be asked to play with Slaughter and the Dogs in a couple of weeks' time on the 6th of April at the Rebellion with Slaughter. But it's gone from strength to strength. We were quite surprised, to be honest with you, because really we only got 6 or 7 songs at this juncture. But we went in the studio, rehearsal studio, and wrote. We didn't really play anybody else's stuff. We just wrote, and then did a show, and then so it's quite embryonic. We're not even recorded properly yet. So.
When are the plans to record some music and bring it out?
We had a band meeting, and apparently on the 12th, is it the 12th of April? We're going to record Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Yeah.
So that's when we can look forward to some music coming out. And if people do want to find out more about Avid Fan, Dawn, where's the best place to look?
We're on Facebook and we're on Instagram.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
We'll just have a quick band meeting now, yeah? Do you know what? It's always good to see you both, and Bo as well. And we can't thank you enough for joining us on MANCUNIAtv tonight. We can't wait to see what the future holds for this band. So let's have some music. MANCUNIAtv, this is Avid Fan.
Iain. This is a song called Rosie. It's I think it's a murder ballad.
Steve Wilson, Don Acton and Bo. Let's hear it for Avid Fan. Dead exciting to see what the future's going to bring, and they are supporting Slaughter and the Dogs in a couple of weeks as well. Rebellion, so that'd be really, really good. Avid Fan. To come, live music from Inigo, amazing band, can't wait for them to finish later on for us. But now we are really lucky to have the best and only rock and roll TV channel in Manchester, MANCUNIaTv, but we have one of the most unique and greatest poets in the country, as well as our resident spoken word artist. He's also one of the nicest men you'll ever meet, and it's always a pleasure to introduce you to Keith's brother.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Is mic on? Thanks, Dave. That's brilliant. Welcome to the Poets' Corner. So, coming up very soon tonight, we've got Mark Quinn, who's made the long journey all the way from Openshaw. He will be with us. But first, this is a little piece about someone who thought they'd got a broken heart. And it turned out they hadn't. It's 4 in the morning. I knew you wouldn't answer, so I'm leaving a message just to try and explain. It's been a year since we spoke, but I thought you'd want to know a few things round here might have changed. My mum said to pretend you died. It would have been easier, no betrayal or listening to the lies. So I've read up on the 5 stages of grief and found I've been stuck on stage 1 for a while. Shoulders were cried on, hearts were poured out, there's still mates I can't look in the eye now. Droning on about overnight stays, phone bills you tried to throw away, the texting whilst I was asleep. Even told him about that stuff you bought from M&S. See, I thought they were a present for someone else, cause in 20 years I'd never seen you wear anything red. And when you came home that morning and said your battery had died, I was just glad you were still alive. Like that scene in a pantomime, he was behind me the whole time. Bit embarrassing when you look back. Still got a photo from your graduation when we couldn't get a taxi, so walked from the station and the wind blew through Sheffield straight down from the Pennines, and your mum said you'd be moving on to better things. So I said good. I always knew you would. They always said I was punching above. I could see it in the eyes of the wives of those holiday friends as the blokes would be testing the water. It was Los Cristianos when I got the standing ovation for The Drugs Don't Work. Best karaoke all summer, they said. And when I sang If You Leave My Life, I'm Better Off Dead, the whole place sang along like they knew what it meant. We were posing for photos with that couple from Burnley, the ones with the matching tattoos of their dog. And as the stars faded overhead, we lay on a volcanic bed. I washed sand off your blistered skin. You said you'd wash away all my sin. Still don't know what you meant by that. Sounded weird at the time. I saw him last week. No dramas this time. No waiting before work on his drive. He was in Tesco Express wearing a Stone Island coat, buying 2 bottles of rosé wine. I knew they were for you. It could have been an intervention or some celestial prank. But as he struggled through that self-scanned till, I must have jumped straight to stage number 5. The one where you start to move on. So I was leaving a message at 4 in the morning to say the drugs haven't worked for a while. Turns out he didn't need to die after all. So for now, I'm keeping you alive. Cheers, thank you. Okay, thanks a lot. So, in the audience tonight, we've got Ruth O'Reilly. Now, for those of you who don't know, she's the host of a radio show on All FM in Levenshulme, and it's called Sunday Chats. It's a brilliant show, and she has local artists appearing on it, and I was lucky enough for you to ask me to come on one time, and it was one Sunday afternoon, and I turned up, and there was a lad who was in the room waiting to go on, and he was another poet. I thought I know him from somewhere. I couldn't place where it was. So we were talking for a while, and it turns out 30 years ago, I went on holiday to Malia, one of those drunken lads' holidays, and in that group was Mark Quinn, and I'd not seen him for 30 years, and he was a poet. So we got talking, and I said, when you're ready, give us a shout, and you can have a go on MANCUNIAtv. He gave us a shout, and he's ready. So he's here tonight. Please make some noise for Mark Quinn.
Make this nice and small for me. Thanks, Keith, brother, and it's a privilege to be here on MANCUNIAtv. Now, most of my poetry is inspired through me looking through the window, so you could actually say I'm a bit of a nosy bastard. And while I'm looking through the window, I've got to admit I do enjoy a biscuit. And this poem is called A Garibaldi Biscuit and a Cup of Tea. A Garibaldi biscuit and a cup of tea. I look out of my window and what do I see? A man on a bike, a kid on a trike, a young girl in her hair-filled Nike. Sipping at my brew, I take a bite, seeing the neighbours having a fight. Drugger as high as a kite, and a man running coppers out of sight. That's what I see from my window view, whilst slurping on my brew. I give my Garibaldi a good old dunk, whilst watching the local drunk fall and wobble to the floor, tripping on an apple core. Speeding car shoots up the street, it's a church, now dead meat. I see a window cleaner walking up the street, but you don't see any rozzers on the beat. A skip being filled full of crap, and an old moggy having a nap. Look out your window, what will you see with a Garibaldi biscuit and a cup of tea? Thank you. Now, if you ever look at my socials, you'll see that under Bookmark Quinn, I have my tagline as words, some from my heart and some from my arse. By the end of this performance, you'll realise it's from the latter. Now, this one is called, it's a new one of mine, it's called Cannabis and Alcohol. Cannabis and alcohol in a set of keys. Cannabis and alcohol, do what you please. A monkey in a tree, a tiger roaming free. Cannabis and alcohol in a set of keys. A talking lemon with Mick Jagger's lips. A dancing cushion with salsa hips. A giant mermaid fresh from the sink. And a jacket spud with a deadly wink. A carpet that moves all by itself. And a real talking pussycat that thinks it's an elf. A vase full of flowers swarming with bees. Cannabis and alcohol and a set of keys. A Ford Capri shouting your name. The pieces moving on your Monopoly game. The fridge magnet moving all on its own. Whilst looking through the window is the garden gnome. Don't get in the car, I beg you please. Cannabis and alcohol and a set of keys. Thank you. Now, this one, I've got to put out a bit of a disclaimer. If anyone is wearing a bubble coat or they own one, this is not about you. But round our way in Openshaw, I have a lot of these characters, and this one is called Scroat. What is the chance of meeting a scrote in a bubble coat? Drug-infected little turd, thinks he's hard, he's just a nerd. Taking a shit behind a bin, waste of life, it's just a sin. He pops a pill, he has no job, but a lot of shite comes out his gob. He walks the streets late at night, hoping to give some old lady a fright. But her son turns up, he's out of sight, the dirty little grubby shite. He couldn't even handle a fight. Says to his mates how great he's been. Lying little fucker, he was nowhere to be seen. I wish that lad would have grabbed his throat. A fucking scrote in a bubble coat. Now, thank you. Now, this one, it's a true story. I was sat having my breakfast the other morning, and there was a knock on the door. And I went to the door. I was having my overnight oats. And I went to the door, and it was the Amazon guy. And he passed me a parcel, and I smiled at him, and he took a photograph of me. And then as I was walking back in the house, I looked in the mirror and noticed that I had all overnight oats in my beard and all down the front of my cardigan. So I come up with this poem. It's called Butter on My Vest. I stare at the clock as time rolls on, the hands moving tenderly towards the west. I look down to notice I've got butter on my vest. I had toast and jam for breakfast, you see. Buttering my toast, it was full of glee. Now sipping at my brew. I don't know what to do today, I haven't got a clue. I hear the postman at the door. Bugger, there's jam on the floor. I shout for the postman to wait. Going to the door, I look a right state. The postwoman looks me up and down. Here's a letter, she says with a frown. I hope it's my results for me test. Do you know you've got butter on your vest? On closing the door, I slip on some jam. As I fall over, I scream out, oh damn. My slippers throw me across the room. Into the telly, I go boom. My letter flies out to the west. And it's all because I've got butter on my vest. Thank you. Now, this poem is from my first poetry book. I've left some on the merch table. Just take one, free of charge. But this story is like what Keith's brother was saying. When I used to go on holiday years ago, I used to get absolutely rat-arsed. And I come home one day from this holiday, and I went to the doctor's because I couldn't hear. So he gave me an antibiotic, and I must have took it, and it must have got into my alcohol-soaked body, and I actually went a bit insane. I was walking around Openshaw looking for aliens. So this is the poem from that. Seeing mermaids on the chair, seeing aliens in the air, seeing my home changing shape, hearing voices acting ape, telling lies with googly eyes, and nearly saying my bye-byes. Seeing a black boy in my room, spraying water bottles, aliens go boom. 4 a.m. and walking in the park, wearing summer clothes in the dark. Locking my father in the yard, the local pub telling me I'm bad. 4 non-blondes playing on my deck. My Uncle Billy was such a wreck. Hearing voices but nobody there. My family did worry, they did care. My temporary insanity lasted 2 whole days, and after that it wasn't a haze. I'm glad I did become sane, because I nearly jumped through the window pane. Thank you. Now, with this poem, I've got to say it did not happen, and it was inspired from my love of coffee. I was having one in work, and it was an espresso, and it was absolutely terrible. And this one's called a thick black espresso. A thick black espresso, that'll do the job, whilst I was working on a late. As it was pouring from the machine, I didn't know my fate. The thick, gooey liquid was filling up my cup. I knocked it back in one. Fucking hell, yuck. Will this liquid gold keep me awake? I think I'll have another one for heaven's sake. One after the other. In the end, I had 3. Fucking coffee beans is all I could see. It was early in the morning, I think about 3, when my arse blew a gasket and my bowels were set free. I shat me pants that night. It was no fucking laugh. I had to leave work early and take a fucking bath. A thick black espresso, that'll do the job. In the future, I'll just have one. What a fucking knob. Now, this is, believe it or not, it's a true story. It was about a guy who used to go around with my brother, and he used to go in the pub, and he used to wear a suit, he'd have a tie pin, handkerchief in the top pocket. He looked really smart, and this poem's true. And this is what happened when someone has to borrow him a suit off him. It's called The Suit. Anyone got a suit, he said. I'm burying me dad next week, Fred. Go and ask Pete. He's always well dressed and neat. Of course, said Pete. It's a shame Fred's dead. The finest of cloth changed hands, breathable, wrinkle-resistant and durable. I've had it for years. Let's get you a pint, cheers. The weeks had passed and the days moved fast. I can't ask for it back yet, said Pete. His dad's just gone 6 feet. In the end, it was driving Pete around the bend. I'll have to ask. I'll do it quick and fast. Pete walked over and took a drink, just in case the mood did sink. How was your day? It was great, thanks, Pete. That suit looked reet. Drop it off when you can. I have to go to a wedding with me nan. Did it fit you well? Oh, fucking hell. It wasn't for me, it was for me dad. Pete's face was fucking thunder because his 3-piece suit was 6 feet under. Thank you, thank you.
Brilliant, Mark. Thanks so much. Please make some noise for Mark Quinn. A scrote in a bubble coat will stay with me for weeks, I think, that line. Mark, I just want to let you into something. Mark's not been performing live very long, and he put his heart and soul into it a few months ago. And I'll tell you what, you won't think it. You did brilliant, mate. Really well done. Excellent, man. Excellent job. Okay, cheers, everyone. Thanks. We'll see you next month.
Let's hear it for Keith's brother and, of course, for Mark Quinn as well. Keith, before you go, if you are watching this and you do any kind of spoken word or poetry, anything like that, and you want to get involved and maybe even be on MANCUNIAtv, Keith's brother over here would always love to hear from you.
Absolutely. If anyone's out there and you want to have a go, just get in touch. It's you've seen the sort of stuff we do. Mark's just being himself there. All this stuff's really original because it's all about him. So just get in touch and see what we can do.
Absolutely. MANCUNIAtv, we've got one more band to go on this show, the amazing Inego. I dare say you're already familiar with them, but if you're not, you're going to absolutely love them. Inego are on the way. Just a reminder as well, though, if you are watching this, please do share it right across the socials. And if anyone doesn't know about MANCUNIAtv yet, make sure they do. Okay, we're going to get the stage changed round. Inego are on the way, but one more time, let's hear it for Keith's brother and Mark Quinn. You are watching MANCUNIAtv from Habitat Studios in Manchester. Now, we've been doing this for over 6 years, and it actually amazes me that our next band have never appeared on this show before. They are, without a doubt, one of the most loved bands to come from this part of the world, and I'm delighted to say that Inego are joining us tonight. Toby, we were just talking then off air. It does really surprise me that you have never done this before. You know what I mean? The amount of great records you brought out, the amount of great gigs you've done as well. But now, as we head into 2025, what are the plans for this year for the band?
Yeah, we've got some new music coming out. Hopefully, like kind of later this summer, we are playing at 33 Oldham Street at the end of May. So yeah, that should be great. We never played that venue before, so kind of perfect venue for our music. So if you like what you hear tonight, come and see it.
And what about for the rest of the year? If you're bringing new music out, that must mean a bit of a tour or something as well.
Yeah, we've got things in the pipeline, but I can't give too much away at this stage.
That's Toby's way of saying watch this space and follow him on social media, but make sure you do. Before we do, hand you back over to Inego tonight. A massive thank you to everybody for watching this and sharing it. We have been Manchester's original grassroots music channel for over 6 years now, and we couldn't do it without you. But we'd also like to thank tonight all of our guests, Avid Fan, Jay Kurdy, MC Tunes, DJ Absolute, Keith's brother, Mark Quinn, Iain Key. Make sure you get a copy of his brand new book, All About the Clash. And, of course, all of the team at Mancunia and Habitat Studios. And, of course, Kieran from Crash Audio as well. And most of all, our studio audience. And don't forget, if you do want to be in the studio audience for the next filming of MANCUNIA TV, just make sure you are following us on all the socials, and all the details will be on there over the next few weeks, how you can be in the studio audience for the next episode. But thank you so much for watching this and sharing it and being part of this amazing rock and roll telly with us. To finish this edition of MANCUNIA TV, will you please welcome to the stage the unbelievable Inigo!
This next one's from our debut album. It's called Realise It's You. this is our last song. Thanks for listening to us. And it's a monumental gig. This is Pete's first gig back in 2 years with Inego, so we have a round of applause. Started from MANCUNIAtv. It's a privilege to be here. We've been Inego. This one's called We're Coming Up. Dedicated to Howard.
Yes, let's hear it for Inego. And don't forget, follow them on social media and all that kind of stuff. Can't wait for your new music. That's it. I think we have stopped recording now. But thank you so much for joining us in the studio tonight for MANCUNIatv. We'll see you next month. But have a safe journey home. Good night.